Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a new wallet review here, my new jumbo size wallet. Just kidding, this is actually a pretty cool watch case for a watch that I just picked up last night. So this is from a brand that I actually just newly learned about, Swiss watch company, and it comes in a pretty cool leather case. I've actually just threw it on a NATO this morning to try it out, but pretty excited about this watch. So I want to do just like a quick initial kind of impressions, and then I'll put it through its, put it through a week of use and kind of report back on if it's going to stay in the collection or going to get sold. So quick little background. So this is from a micro brand, Swiss watch company, SWC. And typically, I've not been a very big person when it comes to micro brands, more so just because I've always leaned towards, the Seikos and Orions, Citizens, some of the more kind of established brands, just because I've always been in a mindset that, watches should not just tell time, but also some kind of a story as well. So, Seikos and Casios, they all have a lineage and history and kind of significant contributions to the watch world. So that's kind of why I've always gravitated towards those. What actually got me, how I discovered Swiss watch company, was I was actually just kind of doing some YouTubing, looking at some watch servicing videos, and came across their watchmaker actually assembling a watch. This actual watch, I mean, not this specific one, but this watch. So I started watching, and then I realized that they actually sell watches. So I jumped on their website, and they did have some cool options to pick from. But I was just kind of a little impressed by the fact that they're taking time to produce kind of educational content to watch enthusiasts. So it kind of got me thinking that some of these micro brands, while they lack the the decades of watchmaking history, I think one way to kind of overcome that, I think, is for them to really kind of contribute to the community and engage with the community. And I'm sure some do, but this one just happened to engage with me, and it kind of, in a way, kind of won me over, because much as I love Seiko, they're never going to really talk to me. So that kind of was kind of cool. So start watching some other videos, learn more about the brand, the company, and it just seems like a great company. So kind of put aside my usual watch rules and picked up this one. So first impression about this watch and kind of why I chose this one. So I was in a market for a field watch. Currently I actually don't have a field watch. I'm just drowning in divers at this point. And initially I was looking at either the Orient Star Outdoor, I think it's called, and the Hamilton Khaki. So those are kind of both been on my list probably for the last like month or so, just kind of haven't really gotten around to it. And then this one kind of came out of left field and won me over, because just, again, the value it presents is just pretty phenomenal. So a couple quick things about this watch that really kind of won me over were, first, it's titanium. So being a field watch, I thought that'd be kind of nice to have a light watch, because it's going to be able to just be comfortable and a little more rugged. It's not polished, so it's not going to, kind of show wear as easily. Also, it's got a thin profile, which I like too, which will make wearing a NATO, which I already tested out, a little bit more comfortable. And the biggest first impression I want to talk about is the AR on this watch is pretty amazing. I've actually never seen AR this good in a watch. It's almost, when you actually give it a good cleaning, I mean, it's as if as if there was no glass there. That's pretty remarkable. And I was playing with this last night. I actually made a video last night, but I took it down because I made it. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and my kids were sleeping, and I had to kind of talk quietly. So the video just came out poorly. So that's why I'm kind of redoing the video now, to kind of showcase some of the things I discovered. So just to kind of show the AR a little better, I wanted to kind of bring on a couple watches to test. So here's a Seiko, and this actually has a Crystal Times blue AR. But as you can see, if you hit it with the light, it's a complete whiteout. You know, completely blocks the light. And again, these are kind of extreme conditions. San Martin Marine Master, you know, kind of the same result, kind of a complete washout. And even on my high-end Tudor Pelagos, I was actually kind of surprised, but kind of the same, you know, a complete kind of washout. But then you take this little guy and where's the light? There it is. So it does wash it out, but you can still see it. So if you can look, I mean, you can still see where the hands are. Let's get closer. So you can still see the time despite the light, where like on these guys, I mean, you cannot make out the time on these at all. I mean, this is just a complete, you know, washout. So look at that. I mean, this is, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, this is the best AR I've ever seen on a watch. And I kind of right away noticed, like I said, my first impression when I took it out was just, it looks like there's no glass on here. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So, and that's one of their claims is, you know, strong AR was something that I've kind of saw from just other reviews I was watching about this. So pretty darn cool there. And so I'll go through a couple quick specs, and I think we'll wrap it up after that. But I was really kind of wanted to talk about the AR because I was so excited about it. So SWC, you know, they claim this has, you know, 16 coats of AR, and I mean, 16 or however, I mean, they definitely have good AR. They also have a lot of lume on it. It's actually pretty cool. These are not applied markers, but because there's so much lume on there, it's almost raised. So that's pretty cool. And then as far as some size and weight, I mean, this thing's feather light, but let's just see what we got here for weight. Okay, so what are we coming in at? Actually, hang on, let me change that to grams. Okay, so we're at 0. I mean, 42, 43 grams. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, just to kind of put it in perspective, if we take this turtle, 188 grams. I mean, I guess the bracelet's on there, so it's not really a fair comparison. But yeah, trust me, this thing is feather light. I mean, even if we took, let's take a G-Shock here, for example. So 49 grams for a G-Shock square. And let's take this one and let's put in its stock leather straps, or 56. So it's a light watch. Dimensions wise, you know, they have this at as a 41 millimeter. Make sure this is zeroed out. And it, you know, it does kind of wear big. You know, I was kind of actually 41's kind of like my sweet spot, but this one did kind of feel a little big. So yeah, you know, I'm getting about 41.5, but there's always a margin of error from where you're measuring. Yeah, 41.2. So yeah, I think 41 sounds about right, but it does wear big. I think particularly just because, at least in my experience, I think black watches tend to come out a little bigger, and the big numerals I think also kind of create that illusion of it being bigger. So it does wear a little big, but it's extremely thin, so that is a bonus. Let's see, for So they got it at 10 millimeters, and that's exactly what I'm getting as well. So 10 millimeters is spot on. Lugs on this guy are 22. Yep, 22. So good size. You know, 20 and 22, pretty common. So you always have a lot of options. So what it includes when you get this, it comes in this kind of cool leather. I mean, this is a lot of leather. I mean, this leather case alone, I feel like costs some serious money as well. But it comes with leather straps, and they're quick change, which is kind of cool. You know, these seem like a very heavy duty. I mean, these are nice and thick. I mean, these are nice quality leather straps. I mean, about 5 millimeters in thickness. They're very stiff, so they got to be broken in, but you know, it's not really my style. I'm not a big fan of I just don't like leather stitching, but that's just a personal taste. And then it comes with this kind of cool Velcro strap, which is a little bit elastic. I haven't actually tried this one out yet, but kind of cool that includes that. And then obviously this is my NATO, but I'm a NATO guy. I personally think this combination worked out perfectly. So yeah, that's it for this quick little unboxing and showcase. Oh, they also give you, which is kind of cool, they give you some bent spring bars because how close the holes are to the watch. But let's get it on the wrist. I'll show it one last wrist shot, and then we will wrap it up. Okay, so here it is on my 7-inch. Give it a good cleaning. My 7-inch wrist. It's gonna zoom it out a little bit. So, kind of how it. I mean, it's super light. Yeah, I mean, this is a good tool watch. All right, guys. I will be back next weekend with kind of more in-depth review and just to see how it does out in the world. All right, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.